What's up, guys? It's your boy Ed from Savij. So I came up with this little bit of an idea of what I want to do for a new kind of content for the channel, and I kind of want to break down different archetypes for brand new Yu-Gi-Oh players, so for beginners and whatnot, right? I want to encourage new players to get into the game as much as possible because it's always fun to meet new people, and it's always fun to, teach somebody who may not know like a deck as much as you, or maybe teach somebody who's just new to the game, right? I really actually enjoy that a lot. I've been trying to get one of my friends, Byron, into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I kind of wanted to do videos like these for people like him who are new to the game and people who might really benefit more by learning more in depth. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and get the Dino archetype, and we're going to go more in depth today, and we're going to talk about cards that you should play, cards that you shouldn't play, and cards that hurt this deck and whatnot, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So guys, getting into this deck profile, I want to talk a little bit about, what the ratios of the cards that you play in this deck are, and then the reasons why these are the ratios that you play, right? So getting into the Dino deck profile, the first thing that you want to pay attention to is that Miscellaneousaurus is the most important monster in your deck. And let's go ahead and talk about why. And why this monster is at 1. That means that even if you wanted to play it at 2 or 3, you cannot. So this is super important that you guys keep up with, Miscellaneous being at 1. Alright guys, so getting into the archetype, we're going to go ahead and talk about Miscellaneous first. I think that it's actually very important that you guys know and understand why Misc is only at 1. So even if you wanted to play 2 or 3, you can't. So the thing is that Miscellaneous got hit to 1 in not the last balance that we had for what was it, September, but the one before that, which was 3 months before that. I'm guessing it was the July ban list, one of those. Misc did get hit to 1. We actually had Misc go to the ban list to 1 before and then come back to 3. Now it's back to 1. It's so sad. Misc is such a powerful card. Back in the day when Misc actually got hit to 1 before it came back to 3, this card was actually busted, but the combos that it had, they were a little different back in the day. That means that you actually didn't have the ability to have one of the newest monsters in the deck, which was Archosaur. Archosaur just made the deck so much smoother, so much faster, so much more combo heavy to play. A lot of people say that this is a very helmet deck. I kind of think it is, but I don't think it's super helmet as people believe. I think that it's kind of a combo deck because there are a little bit of a different ways for you to take this combo or take these, different paths to get to the end board that you need, right? So we're going to go ahead and continue. Miscellaneousaurus can be discarded from your hand. So that means you have this card in your hand and you send it to the graveyard to be able to then make your Dino monsters all on the field unaffected during your main phase 1, right? So if you do stuff like that, it means that your opponents can imperm, they can't ash, they can't do anything to your Dino monsters. So that's super important. Once Miscellaneous is in the graveyard, you can banish Miscellaneous in any amount of Dino monsters, and however many Dino monsters you banish with Misc, you can then special that level of monster from the deck. It's actually super busted, super cool, and like I said, it works great with this guy because then you can just banish Misc by itself and then special level 1 from your deck to the field. And now, finishing off with Misc, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and continue now with, like I said, Archosaur. I call this the jewel baby because this is all jewels, baby. You see that? It's all jewels. It's super cool. I normally only play the jewel baby at 2. I don't recommend playing at 3 because he is kind of a brick. You don't want to open him up in your hand. And then his effect is that once per turn, you can destroy a Dino monster in your hand or face up on the field. And if you do, then you add a Dojo Evolution Pill from your deck to your hand, and Dojo Evolution Pill is this card. We will go more in depth into this card later, but look at this beautiful secret card. So now, that's literally the one and only effect that this card has. It doesn't serve a different purpose but to destroy a baby, and then after you destroy the baby, you link this away. Because when you destroy the baby, you add the double pill, and then you link him away into a level 1. Yes, sir. It is link fodder. So now, as you guys know the effect of this guy, we're going to go ahead and move my Jewel baby out of the way and continue with the next monster. Like I said, we were talking about babies, so we're gonna go ahead and continue into baby Sterosaurus, which I believe, if it's not one of the best 3 dinos in this deck, it's probably the best dino monster in this deck, because anytime that a baby is destroyed, it can be field, it can be from hand, doesn't matter, but if a baby is destroyed by a card effect, then you get to special summon any 1 dino level 4 or lower from your deck. It doesn't have to be in defense position, because we do have a different baby in this deck that special summons in defense position, which is Petitodon. So we're going to talk about the 2 babies that we have left in the deck. I always recommend people to play Petite at 1 and then baby Sterosaurus at 3, because baby Sterosaurus allows you to special summon the monster level 4 or lower, which then you can special summon stuff like Oviraptor, Giant Rex, stuff like that, right? You can even special summon this baby from that baby, or you can special baby from baby. But it's super cool. I think it's a great card. This card helps you special summon level 4 or higher monsters from your deck, but they special in defense position. That's actually the only neg about this card. There are monsters that you can definitely special summon from him where you won't completely neg, but we'll get into that just a little bit later. So these are the 4 babies that you play, and then yes, you only play 3 baby Sterosaurus because you want to max out on it, but you only play 1 Petite. You guys have met the rest of the monsters, the babies. Now you have met Misk, the Jewel baby, the Cool baby, and then the Petite baby. So now we're going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the monsters. We're going to go ahead and talk about Oviraptor. For Oviraptor, like I said, this is a monster that can be special summoned by either this baby or that baby, but this monster reads that once per turn, when this card is normal or special summoned, you can add any 1 dino from your deck to your hand. So that means that you can add about anything. It could be UTC, it could be your Kaiju, it could be a Prankatops, it can be a baby, it can be a Misk, it could be a Jewel baby. Whatever you're looking for, you can add any of them without any restriction whatsoever. And the cool thing about him is that it could be normal or special summoned. Now, the other cool effect about him is that once per turn, you can target another baby, you can target another dino on the field, destroy it, and if you do, you get to special summon another monster from your graveyard, which is really cool because in situations like this, you can have Oviraptor with a baby on the board, and then you can activate Ovi to destroy the baby, and then special something else from your graveyard. And it could be, at this point, it could be another baby, it could be a level 1, it could be another baby. Whatever you are looking for, you can special summon anything from your graveyard as long as it's in defense position. But the cool thing is that if you go Ovi to destroy the baby to special whatever, then baby gets destroyed. And then at that point, you can activate the effect of baby from graveyard to special another dino level 4 or lower from your deck. So combos on combos on combos. I'm telling you, this is busted. This is a great card. I think that this is the best top deck card that you can you can open with. You get full combo with this card. Let's go ahead and continue. Now, one of the monsters, I'm sorry about that you want to search off of Ovi a lot is, if not miscellaneous or baby, is of course UTC. UTC is the most busted dino in this deck. I think this is definitely hands down the most outrageous boss monster that I've ever played, even more than freaking Masterpiece. And I played Masterpiece, I'm telling you. This guy is awesome because once per turn, he can destroy any 1 monster on your field or in your hand. It doesn't even have to be a dino. It can be any monster. And if you do, then you get to Book of Eclipse every monster your opponent controls. Book of Moon is 1, Book of Eclipse is all of them. So all of them, of course, not including Lynx, because Lynx cannot go face down. So activate, you destroy a baby from your hand or field, and then you book your opponent's field. Then you activate babies for effect from grave, and you special another monster from your deck to your field, right? Now you see the combos, you see the connections, it's all getting too busted. He can also attack every monster your opponent controls once per turn. If you attack a monster and the monster goes to grave, and then his effect to revive a monster from the grave, and the new monster comes out to the field, you can attack that monster as well. Now, if that monster or those monsters are in defense position, you can activate the effect to send that monster or those monsters, when you're attacking them all individually, of course, once per turn, they will now be burnt for 1,000 life points. So you can go poke for 1,000 free burn. Isn't that amazing? You guys know I love burn because I'm missing my burn, of course. But yes, sir, UTC is busted. Let's go ahead and continue. Now, we're going to talk about a bunch of one-of monsters in this deck, and I don't believe that these ratios should be changed. Like I said, every other monster, every ratio that I've showed you is correct. UTC at 2, OV at 3, Petite 1, Baby 3, Jewel Baby 2, Misk 1, right? And then these are for sure only one-ofs. Do not change the ratios. One Giant Rex. Giant Rex is busted because if he gets banished, right, it could be from graveyard, it could be from your hand, wherever. If he gets banished, he can then be revived to the board once per turn. That is nasty. And then if he was then special summoned from being banished, that means that he will gain attack of 2,000. 2,000. Just kidding. It's 200. 200 for every monster, dino monster that is banished. So that means that if you have 4 juicy little dinos that are banished, and then you banish this big boy, he special summons, and then it's four of them times 200 each, 800. He gains 800 attack. Yes, sir. The only downfall is that this monster may not be able to attack directly. Moving on, right? We're going to go ahead and do Prankatops. Prankatops is amazing if your opponent controls more monsters than you do. You can special summon this card. Then, if you want to activate his effect, or if you want to trigger it, whatever, he is 2,600. He's a really beefy monster, but he's also at 1 in the ban list, by the way. But if you want to, then you can tribute summon, or you can tribute this card, my fault, and you can destroy any one card on the field. Face down, face up, whatever you want. They have IO, pop. They have a floodgate, pop. Whatever you're looking for, you can pop whatever you want. Monster, pop. Bye. Cool. Moving on. Quatless. Quatless is great because if you have 5 banished dino monsters, you can summon him out as an inherit summon, and then you return the 5 that were banished back into your deck. Super cool. Now, the other effect is that if your opponent activates a spell or a trap, you can then destroy 1 dino from your hand, or I think field as well, and then of course negate the spell or trap. So super cool. If he is sent to the graveyard for a card effect, not cost, card effect, that means that you can't do it from Dragoon, you can't do it from like Unicorn, Phoenix, stuff like that. But if he is sent to the graveyard, let's say Fossil Dig, if he is sent to the graveyard as card effect, you get to add a pill from your deck to your hand. And pill is really busted. We've talked about pill before, right? That's a second way to get pill to your hand. We're going to continue with a kaiju. This is a dino kaiju. This is a searchable kaiju. You can add him off of OV free. Get rid of any 1 threat, Suze, Dragoon, whatever. And just get rid of it. So now we're going to continue. You have Lost World. Lost World is one of the most busted field spells, followed by True Draco's diagram, of course. This is busted. If a dino monster is normal or special summoned, you get to then special summon a token to your opponent's side of the field. So the crazy thing about giving your opponent a token is that if you give them a token, they can no longer target monsters on the board while they control that token. So that means that you can go activate the field spell, and then you can do something cool like OV, right? You're going to go normal summon OV, chainlink 1 OV, chainlink 2 the field spell, so then you can chain block. And then once you do that, you're ready to give your opponent a token, and then you're also ready to search any 1 dino from your deck to your hand. So it's super busted, right? Now the other thing is that if a normal dino would be destroyed on the board, which token is a normal dino, you can then protect the token so it doesn't get destroyed. You can destroy a dino from your deck to your graveyard, right? So you just destroy a dino from your deck. Wow, how does that work? So that's super cool because, like I said, you go OV chain 1, Lost World chain 2, they get a token, you search a monster, you go with OV's effect, there has to be a dino in the graveyard, so you would normally add something like Misk, discard the Misk, then OV to pop the token, protect with the Lost World, destroy maybe what, a baby, destroy a baby, and affect the baby to special something else, right? Combos on combos on combos. I will show you guys combos at the end of the video. But now let's go ahead and continue. I really wanted to get just really in depth with this so people may understand this a lot better. Fossil Dig. Fossil Dig is super cool. You add any 1 dino from your deck to your hand, level 6 or lower. What are you searching? Miscellaneous. baby, Ovi, Giant Rex. That's it. You really don't want to search out anything almost else. You have all of the targets are these. Look, watch. Can't search that. You can't search that. Can't search that. You can search this. You can't search this. You can. You can. You can. All of these. Cool. Now we're going to go ahead and move on. By the way, these are at 3. You can definitely play 3. And these are at 3. You can definitely play 3. Just making sure. Double Peel. Double Peel is the last dino card that I will talk about. Double Peel is super cool. You banish one dino, one non-dino from your graveyard. You special summon any one dino level 7 or higher from your deck to the field. So normal monsters that you would, I'm saying monsters that you would special summon would be Quatless, Branchotops, and of course UTC. Who are the best monsters to special summon? Those 3. It's really going to depend on who your matches are and what your matches are. And then super cool because this works really well because then you can also banish maybe Giant Rex from your graveyard or from your hand, because these will banish monsters from your hand or the graveyard. And if you do, you know, you get to resolve the card, right? But you can banish Rex, and then Rex, when he is banished and after the card is cleared, you can special summon Rex back onto the board. Isn't that amazing? I didn't really want to make this like a deck profile. Now I want to go ahead and talk about a couple of different little tech cards that you should definitely play in your deck. I'm not giving you a deck profile, but I am going to show you a couple of cards that you should definitely play in your deck. Cards that play really well in this deck are, of course, Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed is whenever you link a monster away, you can special summon that card onto a zone a link monster points to, of course. You can play Prosperity. Prosperity, you have a lot of stuff in your extra deck that you should definitely look over at my deck profile. There's a lot of stuff in your extra deck that you can banish a 3 of, maybe even 6 sometimes, and you can look at the top 6 and add the last combo piece you need. This is really 100% a 2-card combo that is free to play. Like, go off, sis, kind of thing, right? Stuff also that I play, of course, are the Red Eyes package and then the IO. I think after you set up your combo and you've done everything you need, that's literally what that's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about some cards that really hurt this deck. Some of the cards that hurt this deck, of course, are gonna be Ash. If your opponent ashes your Double Peel, it hurts a lot. You do banish your cost though, so do not forget that. So Ash this, or if they draw after here, oh my god, you activate this, you add something, they draw, you're done. Like, that kind of sucks. There's a lot of ways to get around it, and I will show you guys some of the ways, because I will show you small combos. What else? If they ash this, if they ash this, if they ash this, or this. So Ash really hurts this deck. See, these are 5 cards that can get ashed that hurt this deck. But one of the cool things is that if you go normal summon, effect to add, they ash, you pitch the Misc as a quick effect, they can no longer resolve the ash. So that means that you get to resolve your combo freely. Some of the cards that also work really well with this deck are Psyframe Gamma. If you guys have Psyframe Gamma, I don't necessarily play that card in this deck anymore, but that card works really well because you can discard a Misc first, then banish Misc to special summon the level 1. Then your opponent might chain Ash. You can chain Gamma, and by Gamma, Gamma negates Ash, special summons Gamma, special summons Driver, and then you still special summon that level 1 dino from your deck to your field. Stupid, isn't it? I know. It's such a good card. Now I'm going to show you guys a small little combo, so let's go ahead and prepare for that. Alright guys, so now we are going to show you a small combo that finishes with these 3 cards on board, and maybe more. So let's go ahead and continue, right? So one small combo, it's just the ability to get this guy out. So that means that your combo will be your Misc and your baby. I will show you this combo and then I'll show you another one after. So you're going to go ahead and discard the Misc, banish the Misc. You're going to special summon your level 1, the effect of the level 1 to destroy the baby. And then let's go ahead and zoom this out just a little bit. There you go. You're going to activate this to destroy the baby. The effect of the baby will then trigger after. So then you're going to go ahead and special summon Ovi. Ovi effect to then add baby. Cool. So you've discarded Misc. You've banished Misc. You special this. You use this effect to destroy this. This will resolve after you add the pill. So you've added the pill. This will special summon from the baby. This will add this. Great. You normal summon, because you haven't normal summoned it. You can activate OV to pop the baby, and then special the other baby from the grave. This baby will trigger now, which would then special summon Giant Rex. This is all 2-card combos. These are super fun, super easy. You link this into a link 1, which in this situation is always going to be LinkTree. Then you do the Giant Rex with LinkTree to make a Verde. You've gotten to this point, you activate your double pill, you banish your Giant Rex, your LinkTree. You then special summon, my fault, special summon your UTC. And then your Giant Rex will trigger after the resolution of that to special summon, overlay your Giant Rex, special summon your Dojo, use the effect of Verde, special summon your Dragoon. This is a board that you can definitely end on if you want to be protecting of the cards. You do this, but this is a board you can end on, which is super hard to get over, and it's super easy to make. That was 2-card combo. This negates 2 monster effects. This can Book of Eclipse, like I told you. You can destroy this with this, or if they're attacking monsters for damage, you can destroy this. Doesn't even matter. This is a monster negate. All you need is 1 card in hand. You use 2 cards. That means you have 3 cards left in your hand. Dumb. Yeah, and then that's actually without extending. That's a field. Now let's go ahead and try another combo. So now this time, I'm going to show you guys a small combo with OV and the field spell. So all you need is the field spell and OV. Cool. If you have extra flair, you definitely play the parallel exceeds, right? So you will activate Lost World, normal summon your OV, effect 1, effect 2. So effect 2, they get a token. Effect 1, you're gonna go ahead and add your Misk. Discard the Misk, and you don't banish Misk right away. What you do is you hold on to the Misk, because now you have a monster, you have a Dino monster in your graveyard. In case they have Ash, you can save that for later. So you're gonna go OV to pop the Lost World token that they have. Then you activate the Lost World to protect it. Now you're gonna go ahead and destroy the baby. Baby will then special baby. Super cool, right? Now you're gonna go ahead and banish the Misk, because you know why not now. Then you go ahead and special this guy to pop this guy at the pill, and then baby to special Giant Rex. Literally end on the same board, just no baby. You link that with that, and then those two with that. After you've gotten rid of both of them, you're gonna go ahead and activate the double pill, banish both of those again to summon out, yes, you know, UTC. Giant Rex comes back, you overlay your Giant Rex, Dojo, and then you go Verde for Dragoon. Literally, you end on the same board with 2 different cards. How crazy is that? Guys, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of a combo. These are some of the cards that work with the deck. As you guys can see, the extra deck. All you really need is a Karibo, a Verde, Dragoon, and Dojo for the extra deck. Everything else legit. It's just going to depend on you and how you want to build it, how you want to play it. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you all think. This is a video that I wanted to make specifically for beginner people, so I can encourage people to get into Yu-Gi-Oh and pick up this really cheap deck. I really believe that Dinos are actually kind of cheap now, so if you want to pick up and play Dinos, you definitely can. They're really not that expensive. I'm playing the Dragoon package, but you most definitely don't need to. You've seen the deck profile. You've seen the video, informational video that I just made right now. You really don't need Dragoon. You can definitely continue whooping ass with just nothing but Dinos. Guys, let me know what you think. I wanted to do this for beginners, like I said, or new people. So hopefully I can encourage a lot more people to get into Yu-Gi-Oh now. So thank you guys all for watching. This was Ed from Savij. See you guys on the next video. If you guys like it, I have salads coming up next. Let me know how you guys feel about that. See you guys then.